Hi, I'm Judy Litt. Today I have a really short vlog about tabletop position, which is what I am in right now. You may have noticed yoga teachers use tabletop position as a transition pose, as well as, of course, cow and cat, right? So we do this a lot to warm our spine up. But we also do things like step forward into a low lunge, right? It makes it very easy from a tabletop position. Or we curl our toes under and we push away and we come into down dog, which allows us to walk forward and stand up, which I'm not going to do because you cannot see me when I'm doing that. So I wanted to talk a couple of things about our tabletop position. One thing is you really want your wrists underneath your shoulders so that the joints are stacking on top of each other. And the same thing in the back. You want your glutes over your knees. So that's important. You don't want your feet out wide. In general, it depends. Depends on your body. If that feels good to you, it's fine. And you also want to really press into your knuckles, which you can't really see me doing right now. But trust me, instead of pressing into the heel of your hand, you want to press into those knuckles. And that's going to take some of the pressure out of your wrists. Another thing you can do is you can grab a block, right? You can take your hand further up. You're still going to get pressure, but you're not as far down. It can help a little bit. You can also just make fists of your hands and use that instead of having your palms flat on the mat, and that can take a lot of pressure off of your wrist. As someone who's had wrist tendonitis or carpal tunnel, it was a really, really long time ago. They didn't call things carpal tunnel back then. It's not fun. That is the basic, what I'm trying to get to. So another thing, when you're in tabletop, you want your fingers spread really wide. You're pressing into your knuckles, and as you do that, you're basically pushing the mat away. And what you're going to see from me probably, and from a lot of yoga teachers, you also have generally, you're finding Tadasana in almost every pose. And so our upper arms are spinning out. They are slightly rotating to either side of the mat. And this can make it really look like I have my elbows locked. And I also talked about, in a different vlog recently, about a lot of yoga practitioners tend to be very hypermobile. Not all of us, but a lot of them are, which just means they're really flexible and they can very, very easily overstretch their joints, which we do not want. So anyway, back to our arms. You still want a really, really slight micro bend in your elbows. You don't want to lock out your joints. Doing that over time could lead to things like elbow tendonitis, tennis elbow. And as someone who's had that, trust me, you don't want that either. It's very, very painful. So you're spinning your upper arms out slightly, and you may see me, you'll see videos where I'm doing this, right? I'm locking out my joints, and you'll probably see them after this because I'm trying to think while I'm cueing you, and sometimes I'm not trying to think. So it happens, and I get that. But I want you to protect your joints. So you want, even though you're rotating those upper arms out to either side of the mat, just slightly, I want you to try and keep a slight bend in those elbows. That is going to help you protect the elbow joints and hopefully not end up with really, really painful elbow tendonitis. Okay, so that is pretty much what I want to talk about today. Just a few little tips to help keep you safe in tabletop because, as I said, we spend a lot of time in tabletop. We move from there to down dog. We move from down dog to tabletop. It gets us from standing down onto our mat safely. Oh, one last thing. Another thing you can do if you do have wrist problems, just come down to your forearms, just like this, and that will absolutely take the pressure out of your wrists. Okay, so that is my 2 cents for today. And the next time you find yourself either flowing through cat and cow or in tabletop as you're transitioning from the mat to standing, just take a few minutes, not even a few minutes, take a few seconds. Think about where your body is in space. Think about how you can keep your body safe. Because yoga can heal and yoga can hurt. And that is the painful truth. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you learned something today. I hope you will take that out into your practice. If you like this video, please go ahead and click the like button and also subscribe to my channel. I do new videos generally on Sunday mornings every single week. And there are also now hundreds of videos that you can scroll through. There are playlists on yin yoga, on restorative yoga, runner yoga, all sorts of meditation, all sorts of things. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day and be safe in your yoga practice.